Hi everyone, Darkness Gaming 8000. Here's part 2 of my Resident Evil Remake Jill Valentine walkthrough, so here we go. So we unlock this door, which brings us into another hallway, the balcony above the dining room. So we'll go over here. We're not going to face against the zombie just yet. We're going to get the dagger, which is used as a melee weapon, which you can use to defend yourself, which also helps you save ammo in this game. So we're going to go over here, we're going to go through this door. And then we're going to go through the door that's in between the stairs that will lead to a backyard which has a small cemetery. And it will lead to the door where you have to use that tip of the arrow to unlock the passageway that leads down to the Crimson Head Elder's Chamber, which we face later on once we get the 4 death masks. So we'll go through this door. Yeah, the artwork on that door is pretty amazing in my opinion. So we go in here to the backyard where the cemetery is. In normal and hard mode, there are zombies in this, but we're playing on easy mode. So right over here, you have to grab the shotgun shells. So we'll grab those. Alright, I don't have any room to carry them yet at the moment, but hold on. I'm probably going to combine these 2 herbs so we can have room. So I'm going to combine the 2 green herbs, so I have room to pick up the shotgun shells. So we'll pick those up. And now we're going to go over here and use the tip of the arrow to unlock this secret passage. So it's right over there. So a tomb engraved with the picture of an angel. There's an indentation in the shape of an arrowhead. So at this point, you do this. Hold on a sec. So we examine the arrow, and the tip can be removed. So we remove the tip, and that's what you use to unlock the passageway. So we unlock the passageway and we head downstairs. So the sound down here looks like a clock gears churning, so it's a pretty interesting sound in this game. This is like one of the most creepiest rooms in this game in my opinion. So those are the 4 death masks. I'll show you what they are. A stone statue with a hole where the eye should be. A stone statue where holes where the eyes, nose, and mouth should be. Then the 3rd death mask is a stone statue with a hole where the nose should be. And then the last death mask is a stone statue with a hole where the mouth should be. So once you get all 4 death masks later on in the game, that coffin that's above there will drop, and then the Crimson Head Elder will awaken. So we're going to grab the book that's on this table right here, and it will tell you about the 4 death masks that you need to collect. So we're going to open this right here, examine, and Book of Curses, and then there's the sword key. So that's the sword key. So we're going to remove it, and then the Book of Curses, obviously. So this is the file, Book of Curses, the 4 masks. A mask that speaks no evil, a mask that smells no evil, a mask that sees no evil, a mask that cannot speak, smell, or see evil. When all 4 fall into place, evil will awaken. So that's the mask. So the following inscription is carved into the indentation. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. So now we got the sword key. So I'm going to examine the sword key right here. So there's the sword key. That's the engraving of a sword. So now we're going to head up and start unlocking the doors that's for the sword key. Alright, now we're back in the main hall. Now we're about to go up here, unlock one of the doors. Actually, we're probably going to go to the dining room first. Unlock that door first. So we're going to go down here. And we are going to face off against that zombie, obviously. Because in the kitchen, there is another handgun clip and another dagger down there. So we're going to grab that first. So we're going to head over there right now. And go deal with that zombie in the hallway, obviously. So now, here's the thing about these zombies. You eventually, in one of the rooms down on the first floor, you can get like a fuel canister, and there's free gas tanks in the mansion area where you fill with the gasoline, and you can burn the zombies' corpses so they don't turn into crimson heads. Because the crimson heads can cause a lot of damage to your character, especially if you play on normal or hard mode in this game, where ammo is more scarce than in easy mode. So the handgun clip is on the table over there, then the dagger is over there, so we're going to grab the handgun clip, and then when we go back to that door, there's a cutscene where a zombie heads down the stairs and comes into the kitchen where you can probably avoid it, so you don't really have to waste ammo. So here we go, that's the cutscene where the zombie comes down the stairs and enters the kitchen. So we're probably going to avoid this zombie because I don't really want to waste ammo right now. So we're going to go around, try to avoid the zombie so we can save some ammo. We'll probably deal with that zombie later because you always want to not waste your ammo. Even on easy mode, you really want to conserve your ammo in this early stage of the game, especially when you play in normal or hard mode where ammo is very scarce along with healing items. So we're going to go over here, and now we're probably going to go back. I think we're going to go back upstairs and unlock that door with the sword key, I think. That's what we're going to do. Or we're going to go through the other hallway down to the first floor. I'm trying to think which is the best route. I think we're just going to go down the other hallway on the first floor rather than the second floor. Alright, so now we're in the L-shaped hallway where the zombie dogs break through the windows. So if you go through this hallway again through the opposite side, like from that door to this way, that's when the zombie dogs break in from the windows. So in the original game, when you walk through the hallway this way, like from the door from that room where the pictures are, the zombie dogs would break out. But if you enter the room through that door, the one I'm standing near right now, and go down the opposite way, the zombie dogs break through the glass in the remake version. So it's pretty crazy. So here is the other handgun clip, obviously. So we're going to pick up that. So that gives us more handgun ammo, obviously. Alright, so now we're in this hallway. We're going to go this way. And we're going to go through this door first. So what you do is you drain the water where you can get a dagger from the tub. But it shows a pretty interesting cutscene where a zombie comes out of the tub as Jill's draining the water. So here it is. So Jill drains the water. The zombie comes right out of the bathtub. And this scene's pretty epic. So Jill smashes the zombie's skull with her boot, and then she gets sick, and she throws up in the toilet right over here. It doesn't show her actually vomiting, it just cuts off right there. And now, in the tub, there's the other dagger, so we'll grab that, and we'll exit the room. So later on in the game, I think 3 or 4 zombies break through those windows and come into the hallway. So we're going to go over here, go through these double doors, and Then in that hallway on the door to the right, there's a doorway that leads to the first, I think this first room, the first item box. So this is one of the two rooms that have an item box. The other item box is in the room where the serum is. And right there is the gas tank, as I explained earlier. And this thing right over here is where, right over there to the right, is where you put fuel in so you can burn the zombies' corpses so they don't become crimson heads. So that's really useful and it saves a lot of ammo. So that's part 2 of this walkthrough. Hope you all enjoy. More videos coming soon. Comment, like, and subscribe. Later, guys.